Hello, Object Show friendos. Hope you're all doing well, taking care of yourselves, and feeling awesome, or as awesome as you could possibly feel. And if you're not feeling too awesome, then I hope things pick up for you soon. Mikey Bly back with another episode of Object Show Roundup this fine weekend, and we have got quite a lot of stuff to go through, and we will be recapping an older show that I've been meaning to get around to for a while. Better late than never, though, right? But before that, we have lots of little other updates to do. Yes, one of my aims is to catch up with shows eventually, so I do have a lot of things in the backlog, but I'm going to try and rattle off a show every now and again when we get time, when there isn't like loads of other new episodes of things coming out. So this is going to be one of those episodes where there is an older show talked about amidst all of the new updates. But we do have some of the new updates to deal with. Deal with? That sounded wrong, didn't it? I'm going to deal with you. We got some of the new updates to talk about before we get to the older show. Yeah. So the first little update is from Three Eyes Mug, calling all asset artists. Biffniff is looking for some asset artists. As all of the statements say there, it's Adobe Animate only, must be 15 plus, must have a Discord, and you can DM Three Eyes Mug directly if you want to show your interest for that. Three Eyes Mug is just Three Eyes Mug on Discord. Pretty easy to find. So if you're interested in joining the Biffnuff crew, give Three Eyes Mug a shout. Or Stone, I should say. It's so funny because channel names and people's names and stuff is always different. And it's like, I'm always like, which name should I use? Three Eyes Mug / Stone. I guess that's the easy way of doing it, isn't it? Alright, we've had a couple of announcements from AnimationEpic as well over the last little while, since they announced their new partnership with objectshow.com. They have announced 2, not just 1, no, they have announced 2 more plushes to go with the new OJ plush. First off, they dropped that Bot is making a return. Heck yes. The Bot plush, that's kind of super exciting. My kiddo Ruby is big into Bot, so this is this was a nice piece of news for us to see. But they also announced a brand new plush, Teddy Bear. Do you know what? And here's the thing. Where did my finger go? Here's the thing. I kind of anticipated this was going to be the case because I know that Teddy Bear has really resonated with a lot of the fan base. So this one I'm not super surprised about. It's kind of funny though because Teddy Bear is a very commonplace in the plushie world. So this is a very funny one to make. Nothing wrong at all with that decision. It's just I find it kind of amusing. That we're just getting a teddy bear, but it's not just a teddy bear, it's the teddy bear. It's I Teddy Bear. So anyway, that's the 2 that we've announced so far. There's still 1 more to drop. Wonder what anyone's thoughts are on who the final one's going to be. Ooh, well, we'll see. And presumably, once the final one is announced, they will drop they'll drop the plushies on the store at the same time as the last one's announced, because they did say it was going to be sometime this month. So, and I'm sure they want to start giving people a chance to order them and get them in time for the holidays and stuff. So, I'm pretty sure that when that final one gets announced, you will be able to buy all of the ones you want while you have the chance to. So, we'll just wait and see when that last shoe drops, shall we? Last shoe drops. Should I have said it like that? Oh, well, I've done it now. Okay, we had a couple of little updates from Centrifuger as well. Something that Sentry was kind of hinting at over the last little while was potential plushies, and there is a poll up for which TRIPWIRE character you'd like to see in plush toy form. Me, like the big goober I am, responded saying all of them. I'd take all of them as plushies, and then I did the actual thing and went to the poll and actually chose one specific one to have a plushie of. But in my mind, it's like if you make one, you're gonna make 2 at least, right? You can't just anywhere. It is what it is. If you are a Sentry and TRIPWIRE fan, then head on over to that poll. I will probably pop it in the description. There's gonna be a few links in the description, I believe, for this video because there's quite a few things, lots of information and lots of links to share. So description is going to be jam-packed, I think, this weekend. So anyway, if you do want to vote on which TRIPWIRE character you want to see as a plush, The poll's linked below. Unless you've already done it, then, you know, you've done it already. But don't worry about it. Sentry did also drop a Rift Between Swords teaser image. Oh, teaser image. Just some kind of... It might not even be a teaser image. It could just be like a, hey, I didn't forget about this Rift Between Swords thing I was talking about. It's still there. Don't worry about it. Kind of hard to make everything out in there. I'm sure you could save the image and do a little bit of digging around and spot some stuff hidden back there. You could see the riff. You could see the word rift and stuff. You could see what it's referencing. So, then again, I'll tell you something. Actually, I didn't think about this when I first saw the picture. Considering there's a snowflake and there's like what look like, you know, Christmas lights. Could be a hint as to roughly when it's going to come out. So we're potentially looking at sometime next month. Although, to be honest, lots of people have already got their Christmas lights up, so it could be any time between now and the holidays, I suppose. But yeah, I didn't read too much into that when I first looked at it. But of course, that could also be just, it could just be a picture for the sake of a picture. I don't know. I can't read Sentry's mind. I can't read anybody's mind. I can't even read my own mind half the time, okay? So usually I just chuck a theory out there and it's like, immediately backtrack on it. Because I have no confidence in myself or anything I say, apparently. But yeah, Rift Between Swords, it's there. It's being worked on, which I guess we already knew. Anyway, I wanted to highlight it because I thought it was a cool picture. All right, we got an update from chalkbunny as well, and it's feels like it's been quite a while. Posting about supporting an event, potential event, an OSC Hangout in London. This is London, UK. I know there's a fair few Londons kicking around. This is the capital of England, London. So they've got a Kickstarter going right now for it. So they're trying to see if they could raise enough interest there and some funds to actually make it happen. That'd be really cool. It's really nice to see all of these other little OSC Hangouts kind of popping up. I do like the thought of that because not everybody can make it to the big tours, you know, like we know the big one, right? The BFDI tour is the big one, but it's always US based. Not everybody can make it there, and not everybody wants to travel there right now. So it is nice to see these other ones pop up. So I wish them all the very best. I hope they can pull that together. And it's super exciting because Chopper is saying there's a chance for an episode of Wish on a Star to be shown there as well, which is really awesome. And I also had to highlight as well the comment that Chopper made on the post that says, bonus update, I'm aiming to get Wish on a Star 2 out by the end of this month. Oh, geez, that's like 2 weeks. 2 and a bit weeks. Okay, got to prepare. Got to prepare for this one, London. I feel like a fair few people have said there's episodes of their shows coming out sometime this month. So I feel like we're going to have to start getting ramped up for some new episodes. Going to have to start prepping for this. So Wish on a Star is one of the things to keep an eye out for. Does just say aiming. Doesn't say definitely. There's no definitive release date on there. So that does not mean it's definitely going to be November. Not going to say anything if it's not November because things happen. You never know. But we could indeed see Wish on a Star 2 by the end of November. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to have to watch the first episode again just to gear myself back up for it again. You should probably do the same thing too. And if you haven't watched Wish on a Star yet, then it might not be a bad idea to get that done while you've got the chance. Because, you know, once a fair few episodes of something comes out, it gets harder to catch up with. Says the guy who's got loads of stuff to watch in his backlog. But anyway, that doesn't matter at all. That's not important. You don't need to worry about that. Aha. Anywho, I'll link to the OSC London Hangout video as well. That's why I'm saying there's going to be a fair few links, I think, in the video description today, so you can go and check that out. And if you want to support them and help make that happen, then you can do that. I got a little update from Fusion as well about Object Invasion 8 and the title, and unsurprisingly, it is What's Lost in Your Mind, which those were the words we saw flashing at the end of episode 7, and Fusion says coming 2026. Well, and we know because Fusion and Wugalo Chelsea do their lock version and try and release episodes at the same time, 2026. I mean, it makes sense. It's already November, so it would have been 2026. I'm just going to assume it's going to be at the same time as the next episode of Object Lockdown 2, because they usually do try and do those in tandem. And Chelsea is resting up after surgery, so already said that the next episode of Object Lockdown probably won't be until about March. So I'm assuming Object Invasion 8 might be the same. Again, don't want to speculate too much because that's all it is, speculation. I don't know for sure, but presumably, that'll be March. So plenty of time to gear up for that. Plenty of time to catch up with Object Invasion and Object Lockdown if you haven't watched both of those shows. They're also very awesome and very fun. I highly recommend both of those. And yeah, super excited to see what happens in What's Lost in Your Mind. I feel like it's definitely going to be a very iPad-heavy episode, that one. Okay, now it's time to start talking about the show I said we were going to do a rundown of, an older show. Yeah, it's time to dig back into Greeny Guy's back catalogue and go through Object Fool, isn't it? Yeah, it's time. It's time. After talking about Animatic Battle 4A last time, I was like, I do need to watch Object Fool, and I have. So there we go. And the funny thing is, me and Ruby watched it together, and we got through all the episodes, and I was like, this should be a piece of cake to round up. Really, it's not that. It's like 15 minutes. It's just over 15 minutes. Shouldn't take too much trouble, too much time out of my day. It took me like 2.5 hours and way too many words, because once I start, I can't stop. Apparently, it's just the way I am, I suppose. But yeah, Object Fool. Let's get stuck into this, shall we? Lots of interesting things going on here for what is a very seemingly silly, off-the-cuff, jokey show. But before we dig into this, I will say what I always say and warn you of spoilers, because we are going to go deep into Object Fool. Maybe not as deep as some people have, because there's always someone more analytical than I am. But we will be talking about every episode. We'll be talking about lots of important plot points, and yeah, it's just gonna give a lot of the stuff away. So if you haven't watched Object Fool yet and you're planning to, then maybe best to skip on along for now. Maybe pop back after you've watched it to see what Mikey has to say about it. That's totally up to you, though. And obviously, if you haven't watched Animatic Battle either yet, then also spoilers in a way for that as well, because it's same creator. The stuff does kind of tie in a little bit together, so you probably want to give it a miss, even if you haven't watched Animatic Battle yet as well. So either way, I'll just spoilers, okay? Just generic spoilers. Just a heads up, right? Okay, so honestly though, Object Fool is 15 minutes and 9 episodes of utter chaos. But it does lean into some interesting things that tie into Animatic Battle. So the whole concept of Object Fool itself just feels like a prelude in a way to Animatic Battle itself, especially as you get further through it. So we'll go over a couple of the pieces I found the most interesting and important about Object Fool. But first thing I want to do though, just check out the intro, because it's so simple, and yeah, it's so catchy and wonderful, and I just don't know what it is about it, but there's barely any tune to it. But I found myself kind of doing the tune in my head all week since I watched it. It's so simple and yet so fun. I love it. And that's what a lot of good object shows do. Have that kind of simple, catchy theme tune. Off to a good start with that, to be honest. So anyway, we have a lot of familiar Animatic Battle faces here, plus the host, Eucerin. So we have got Sipperball, Don't, Notepad, Doorframe, Doorstopper, Share, Eyepatch, and Teary. And the format is basically a super quick videos with super quick challenges. It's got lots of Battle for Grandma / 5-second the object show from Sacri vibes. So let's rattle through this. We'll go over the elimination order, Easter eggs, Animatic Battle hints that come into play, and we'll take it one episode at a time, right? So Don't is the first contestant to be eliminated, and at the end of episode 2, we see them display one of their eyes, whilst in the wherever the elimination area is. It's kind of nondescript. So then Cher is eliminated in episode 3, and again at the end of that episode, we see that Don't has morphed again.
Oh hey Don't, did you get a new haircut? You look a little different. Dude?
And then straight over to episode 4, Doorstopper is out, and the Don't saga continues.
I tried talking to him and he just kind of stood there.
What do you think's happening to him?
I don't know, but for some reason I feel like he's trying to open something. Like something's coming out.
And Eye Patch is eliminated in episode 5. And we also have no contestants up for elimination, apparently. Because this time, the vote will be on a new character to join from a whole bunch of recommendations. So, how many of these do you recognise from Animatic Battle?
Yep, okay.
Wow.
Jeez.
Season 17!
Literally die. Jeez.
Oh, hi.
It's me, guys.
Hello. Hey, guys. Check this out. About me.
Yep. I'm so excited.
I don't let the bed bugs bite.
No, no, go.
Hi, no, me. Hi.
Don't.
That's nice.
Check us out.
Being foolish sounds quite fun.
Ever heard of Dave and Bambi?
Oh, it looks really good, actually. Hang. Are you gonna cut it? Why is he cutting the dish? What?
Got an ID? You need your membership.
While Granny's making this audio, turns out it's pretty sunny outside.
Yeah, supernova specialization. Yeah.
This whole thing is meaningless.
That's my cousin.
Hey, what's your deal?
Your answer should have been all of them, of course, because Animatic Battle is packed with characters. Like, all of the characters from Object Fool are in Animatic Battle as contestants, pretty much. Not all of them, but majority of them. So, you know, it's really fun. It was really fun to go back to this show and see them all pop up in this episode, and like kind of the whole origin stories. It's like, oh, there we go. I mean, that's where they all kind of came from, you know. I know. I should have watched Object Fool first. I mean, we've established this already, you know. But Animatic Battle just happened to be what we landed on first. It was the kiddo that was like, hey, watch Animatic Battle. So that's why we watched that way before Object Fool. But hey, I've done it now. I'm there. We got there. Anyway, we hop back down to the elimination area again after this for some more of Daunt's strange transformation.
Is he morphing or something?
I really don't know. He's been doing this since I got here.
He might be in pain.
I mean, maybe. That might be what's going on, and I'd like to help him, but it's just like, I don't know what to do.
Okay, at this rate, I think we should probably just call for help.
Wait, look!
What is that?
What was that right at the end of the episode there as it cut off? Huh? It's hard to really see. But there's definitely something going on inside of Daunt there. Huh. Well then. Anyway. Episode 6 brings about the addition of a new contestant. And it comes down to Golden Apple and Kane's Cup. And Kane's Cup wins the vote. And the challenge?
Kane's Cup, you join Mob.
Oh, shut up. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Mama Gueva.
Whoa, new guy.
Oh, that's nice. Your next challenge is to— oh my god! You all have 10 seconds until this bomb goes off.
But wait, if Kane's Cup won the challenge, why was Dorfram not in the voting for elimination list? Sipperball then asks where all of the failed debuts went, and Eucerin tells her that he sent them to where the eliminated contestants are, and that he doesn't actually know where that is. He just does something, and eliminated contestants go there. Just does something, and they just go there. It's like very interesting. It's like how do hosts end up with these powers? How does this object shows that weird hosts? I swear. What would we be? Where would we be without that, though, I suppose? Again. We then go right on over to the elimination area, where Eyepatch has a brilliant plan to quell Daunt's ever-growing morphemization. Yeah, that's totally a word.
So, do I just stay here?
Yep, you're gonna be Daunt's big band-aid for now.
Well, as long as it's for a good cause. I'm glad that's over, but I'm still curious on what's going on.
Yay, bowling ball, you're useful! Perhaps. I guess we'll have to wait and see. On to episode 7 now, which, funny enough, is called Sucker for Seeds, which is a title we see reversed for an episode of Animatic Battle in the future. Seats for suckers. Yeah. Alright then. And Doorframe is punished for not being on the elimination screen at the end of the last episode.
Why weren't you on the voting screen last episode?
I forgot to attend to it. I'm sorry. No! No! No!
Okay. Bye, Doorframe. I guess. And, you know, even though Doorframe was just technically eliminated, the votes still count, and Sipperball is also out of the game. So, we got a new contestant last episode, but 2 eliminations in this one. But it definitely doesn't feel like an intentional decision to keep the series at a certain number of episodes. Not at all. Nuh-uh. Nope. Hey, listen, as I've said a million times, I'm not in these creators' heads. I can't decide or dictate or speculate properly on why they do certain things. It could have been something that was even explained at the time. You know, it's like, who knows? But it doesn't matter, does it? Because the show must go on regardless. Yusrin throws seeds at everyone, which kill Kane's Cup and Notepad, leaving them up for elimination this time around. And what a fun voting screen we have at the end of this one. Yay! 2 of my favourite characters brutally murdered. It's just a regular day in the OSC. That one doesn't even come close to being added to the Object Shows Are Too Dark counter, to be honest, because I mean, at this point, you know they're not dead, even though TV does ask about that. But anyway, we get another fun end scene as well.
Zoo, a door. I wonder what's inside. What the? Who are you?
I wonder who that could have been. Also, the bye Shifty, I guess. See ya. Episode 8 sees Notepad get eliminated and greeted with a lot of joy from a few characters. Notepad seems to be a popular guy among some of the contestants. This is then a discussion about Object Full being down to the final 2 when Cher asks about Doorframe.
I thought it was the final 3. Aren't the remaining 3 like Doorframe, Tyrion, Kane's Cup?
Oh no, Doorframe had to be eliminated. He cheated.
Then why isn't Doorframe here?
Wait, he's not?
Well, that's not at all concerning, and we probably shouldn't worry about it. It's probably fine. We then have some chatting / arguing between the failed debuters, and honestly, although their personalities here are either like exactly the same as they are in Animatic Battle or incredibly similar, so that's fun to watch because again, you can see these characters like personalities just developing, and like you just watch them and just go, yeah, that's them. That's definitely how I remember them from Animatic Battle so far. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. This all culminates in this little interaction between Danger Sign and Eggnog Jr.
Whoa, Danger Sign, you okay?
Something's going to happen later.
Oh, cool.
Someone is coming for us.
Huh. Hopefully they're a nice guy. Oh.
A nice guy, huh? Sure, I'm confident that's the case. Things continue getting weird during the final voting screen too, with someone familiar glitching in and out of the view there. Also, some of those images went super fast, so let's just take a little bit of a longer look at some of them. There were more than that. that just kind of flashed up, but I pulled out the ones that stood out the most, like, to me. I'm sure there's lore I don't know about hidden in some of the images I didn't pull out, though, because there was some, like, very random-looking scenes, and I'm sure there's something to those that I didn't pick up on, or maybe we just won't get until later. But highly encourage, if you do go through Objectful yourselves, to just maybe try and catch those little things there, because some of them zip in and out so fast. And I'm sure Animatic Battle does a lot of similar things that I haven't quite picked up on either. So I might have to do some extra rummaging around Animatic Battle in the future to see what I missed there. And then we're up to the final episode. How far we've come in like less than 15 minutes at this point. During the intro, Thierry mentioned something that's been on my mind since the series started. We don't even know what the prize is. I'm sure we'll find out when the winner's announced. Yusrin doesn't seem like the most super organized of hosts, if I'm being totally honest. So let's do this, shall we? Roll the intro. Yep. That was a completely normal intro. Same as always. Nothing at all different about that. Yusrin has brought everyone back from the elimination area for the announcement of the winner. Well, everyone except Doorframe, Shifty, Nonagon, and Bowling Ball. Presumably, Doorframe and Shifty are, well, dead. Doorframe's been, since the punishment, really, I would say. While it was mentioned that after Nonagon didn't get voted to join the show, they just kind of flew up somewhere. Nonagon does what Nonagon wants. Nonagon's got Neptune from, 5 Secondly and or Bean Show vibes, just like in and out whenever they feel like it, But as for Bowling Ball, well, I mean, the last time we saw him, he was trying to keep Daunt from whatever it was Daunt was doing. Oh wait, there he is.
Hey guys.
Where have you been?
Oh, well you see.
Okay.
And then I went somewhere, and then I went through there.
We do not care.
So I guess we just have to sit on whatever happened there for a bit longer, huh? Unless it got mentioned in Animatic Battle and I just didn't pick up on the connection because I hadn't watched Objectful. Again, I need to go back and watch Animatic Battle again now as well. Probably should have done that straight after watching Objectful, but honestly, I just didn't have the time. And I wanted to do the Objectful discussion, so I mean, bigger Objectful me, I guess. Oh, well, at least I cracked myself up. Well, anyway, King's Cup wins. Yay. And things wrap up pretty quickly after that. Or so it seems.
Surprise? Yeah. It's my very own lotion.
Oh, sick. I feel clean.
Yeah, it's what you deserve.
Well, that's the end of Objectful Season 1. So, is there gonna be Season 2? Because me personally, I would really love to.
Nope.
See ya. I'm done, dude. Bye.
Well, I guess it's one and done for you, Sarin, then. But that's okay. Because we already have a brand new host just waiting to get stuck in. Yeah. Oh, and hey, Shifty's back. Awesome. At least they're happy about it. And that credits. Yay. But wait. Of course, we're still not quite done. So, as Objectful went on, I wonder if Greenie got the idea to introduce Animatic, or if Objectful was all just setting up an Animatic Battle from the get-go. Honestly, the answers could very well be out there, and perhaps even slightly easy to find, but I just enjoy a mystery, to be honest. I'd like to keep that one in my head and see if I can just come to my own conclusions there. Either way, Objectful is very fun, very short, well worth watching if you want to hang out with the Animatic Battle characters before Animatic Battle. It's very good stuff, and now I shall rewatch Animatic Battle with this show in mind. I will do that, and it'll come in handy for when 4B comes out, because now I can maybe make connections I couldn't make before. Gotta love it. Gotta keep up with so much stuff. But you know what? I don't mind. It's fun. All right, following on from chalkbunny's announcement about the London OSC meetup, there's also a Singapore OSC meetup being. I think it's already a go. I think that the tickets are on sale. So any peeps in Singapore that want to go to an OSC hangout, or anyone that wants to travel to Singapore for an OSC hangout, 28th of December. It's like a nice end of year hangout. That's pretty cool and pretty awesome. And I will pop a link to the. It's like I think it's a Google form document to to sort stuff out. So I will pop that in the description as well. So all kinds of cool stuff going on. One day I will have one where I am, and if nobody does one, then I shall endeavor to do one myself. I don't know how, but we'll see how things go. Maybe one day I will have the sway to be able to do that. It would be really fun to have one, because we definitely are lacking that kind of thing here. And I know there's object fans where we are. I know there is, because when we were in the Pride Parade back in July, we had BFDI plushies, and lots of people recognized them from the sides. So they're out there. They exist around here. Just need to get them all together so we can all absolutely nerd out over the OSC together. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Singapore meetup. Very cool. All right, never fear. We do have Krispifishh updates. Yes, don't worry. We did get some. We got another poem. We got this. A cruel fate. Being stuck in an irksome body. To burden the weight of a crying mind. Tears that roll down the same face. A wish to be anyone else. My wish to be grateful for the granted. The lie of change. The guilt of fallacy. Can you see? Is that? I'm not sure if that's meant to be. Can you see being or behind or beyond the layers of ribbon? I didn't pick up on that when I first read that. Anyway, let's not ponder that too much. The maze of paper mache and paint. I form a life not my own in my head. I feel a being of my own in my hands. A mirror to mock and remind. Stuck forever, unchanging. Once again, I'm reminded of the horror of being myself. Finley. And we did also actually get some art of Finley as well. So there they are. It's interesting. So many of these characters have so many things going on, and we've just had hints dropped through poems, through just text and stuff, and it's like there's characters who are missing people, characters who maybe just like still wanting to be in a relationship and it's not working out. We've got characters who just don't want to be who they are. It's a really interesting. It's an interesting bunch of characters we've got so far, and geez, I mean, like story-wise, it's like who knows, but like we just keep getting drip-fed these little pieces of information, and it just keeps the anticipation there. And again, it's just really well done every single time. Every single little piece we get of the puzzle is really well put together. Well, that wasn't all we got though, by the way, because we actually this was like a couple of days ago. But we got this just now. We got some compass assets. Look at that. Again, just like I just really like it. I just really like the art. It's a shame though, because we've got two characters here who are very much like not having the best of times. That makes me sad, because I like characters to be happy, but can't be happy all the time, can you? You gotta take the good with the bad. I've got to accept that. But awesome stuff as always, Crispy. Thank you very much as always for the little updates. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We also got a kind of an update on Love from Malues, sort of, kind of. We got this 42-second long video called I mean, it's got Michael content, and it's got pipe bomb content. I mean, I don't know what else you could really need from a little mini update. It's just like a very memey thing. It's just pipe bomb going, and it's just, there's a tune built around it. It's very funny. it's a great way for Malues to be like, hey, I'm still here, don't worry. There's still stuff getting done, don't panic. And to be honest, I was starting to get a teensy little bit concerned because we hadn't had any updates from Malues for quite a while. A few months actually. So it's like, oh geez, you know, it's starting to get a little bit like, and I know things happen. Like, I always say this, life happens, things get busy, things can take you away from things like this. So it's like, I was a bit concerned, but it was like, at the end of the day though, other things happen. So we got the update. It's a silly one. It's very funny though. I'd recommend going over to watch it. It's great. I've watched it a few times. It's just goofy, silly, fun little update. Not even really an update. It's just literally a piece of random music built around But I'm all for it. Goofy updates for life. We also got an update from Purgatory as well. 2 weeks. But when I took this screenshot, it said 1 day ago. It's now 5 days ago. So technically, by the time this video goes up, it'll be like 1 week. Crikey. So it's going to come out around about the 21st or the 22nd, I suppose. Okay, alright. Yep. Better brace myself for that one. And it's always an interesting thing with the debut episode of a show. This is going to be the first episode of Purgatory. And you never kind of know how long it's going to be. And if the first episode is super long, if that sets a precedent, if it's always going to be like that, or if the first one's long to do the introductions and then they get a little bit shorter. So it's always this kind of anticipation to see like, oh, I wonder how much is going to be in this one. Or if it's just going to be quickfire, bish bash bosh, done. But I know it's been getting worked on for quite a while, so we'll see. I am looking forward to seeing what this one looks like. It just kind of popped up out of nowhere on me. Well, it didn't pop up out of nowhere on me. It was another Discord recommendation, so appreciate that heads up because I managed to get ahead of the game on this one. Usually it's like something comes out and then 2 weeks later someone's like, oh, this show came out recently, you should watch this. It's like, oh, I'm 2 weeks behind. I'm front and center for this one, which is where I like to be. I know I'm going to stay behind on loads of things because I can't keep up with everything because there's a bajillion things happening all the time, but at least I'm ahead on this one. So, brace yourselves. This one's coming out soon. If you haven't checked out Purgatory yet, or just haven't been hanging around the channel or anything yet, then maybe go check it out. I like the characters so far. Well, the character designs. I don't even know what any of the characters are like yet. The character designs all look pretty good. So, I'm excited. Okay, over to Sacri now. And Sacri dropped information about a new album. I didn't know about. Again, I'm not in all of the circles. I'm going to miss stuff, right? I don't pick up on every little thing. I do miss things now and again. I miss things all the time. So I didn't know that Sacri had an album out, but there's an album. And the Daddy Longlegs plush is released. Wait, hang on. You can't just suddenly say that. You can't just suddenly say that before announcing everything else. You can't just tell me there's the Daddy Longlegs plush, everybody. Oh, looks so bloody squishable. Those dangly limbs are going to be... I've said this with a few things before. You probably heard me say, we have a cat. Those dangly limbs are going to be trouble. So if we do end up pulling this dude home with us, going to have to beware of the cat. But yes, Daddy Longlegs plush is up for pre-sale right now. I'll probably pop the link to the pre-sale in the description. Good grief. And Sacri's album too. You know what? This is what I said. This is a very link-heavy description this week. But yeah. Anyway, now that those things are done and out the way, apparently, Bean Show 9 can begin proper production this month. Yay, Bean Show. So expect a few lyric videos from my new album. Might try making a short or something while you wait for the next episode. But yeah, it should be sometime in the next month or two. So middle/back end of December, early to mid-January. Okay then, gives us something else to add to the calendar, doesn't it? So that's our little Sacri update. Appreciate that. Sacri's been busy. I think I juggle a lot of things, but the people who actually work on the actual fully animated stuff, I'm just sitting here recording in the basement. I'm not doing anything super major, and I still think I'm juggling too much. So definite props to all the people who do loads of this other stuff. Way more than I do. Thank you for all of your hard work and sacrificing so much of your time to keep us all entertained. I really appreciate all of you very much. And that'll do it for updates for this episode. Yeah, quite a busy little time. Lots of little bits and pieces going on. Finally went through Object Fool, and I do have another show that me and Ruby watched together that I do want to try and go over for next week as well. And we'll see what happens, I guess, over the next week. But there is a few little things in the pipeline as well that I'm not going to mention. I've got to keep some secrets. Although I guess if you follow me on some of my socials, you'll probably know, because I am actually really bad at keeping secrets outside of videos, I guess. So I have maybe dropped a couple of mentions of what might be coming. I will say there's another object show off the cuff in the works. It will not be out next week, but it should be out the week after that. I'm just hoping that there's not too many other things that I need to do in the meantime, because we could end up with a lot of things happening in the space of 1 week, you know. If a lot of episodes of stuff come out, I might have to do a midweek episode of OSR again, and an off the cuff might have to come at around about the same time as that. Oh, I don't know. It's gonna be lots of fun and games, but we'll just see where things take us, shan't we? As always, thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. Love and appreciate you all. Whether you were just here for like 10 seconds, you just checked out the one person you wanted to hear me talk about, or you stayed for the whole video, every single moment you spend here means so much to me. Please do feed the algorithm for me. Like the video, share the video, hype the video. Yeah, if you've got any OSC friends you think would want to watch this kind of silly content, then let them know as well. And I will see you all in the next episode of Object Show Roundup, which will be... Oh, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if I'll do a midweek episode next week. I might actually do a midweek episode. I might. If I get time to go over this other show that me and Ruby watched together, there could be a midweek one next week. So there might be 2 next week. No guarantees. I am not going to say that's definitely 100% going to happen. Although usually if I say it's going to happen, I then force myself to do that. So, but then again, I'm still not going to commit to anything at all. Job, before I go, completely forgot. I did mention this in a post here on YouTube. But I do music stuff on the side now and again. And I do have a brand new album coming out today. This very day, although to be honest, by the time you watch the video, it could have been long out by now. Depends how quickly you get to this video, I suppose. But it is launching as a premiere over on my music YouTube channel. I will link the video in the description as well, along with everything else that's getting linked in this one. So if you want to hop on over there, it does premiere at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, because it's 8 my time. So I think it's 7 Eastern. 7 Eastern, 8 Atlantic. And I guess just plug those times into your time zone calculator thing, and it'll tell you what time it is for you. If you go to the video, it'll tell you what time it premieres for you. I don't know why I'm telling you to go and faff about with time zone calculators. Probably because I like time zone calculators. I don't know. But anywho, yes, I have a new album coming out tomorrow. Today. This very day. Called Unlearning. It's just built using Music 2000 for the PlayStation, which was an old digital audio workstation for the PlayStation back in the day. And all of my music that's on my music channel was built using that. This is the last album I am going to make using it, because I've kind of exhausted a lot of the stuff on there now. And if I do want to make any more music going forwards, I want to make it using something where I could build loads of stuff from scratch, because I really want to do that, and I want to try and spread my musical wings a little bit. But that's not going to happen super duper soon. That's just potential future plans. But for now, Unlearning will be probably the last thing I do for a while. But I'm actually really proud of this one. It's the first time I put an album together that has a theme running through it. It's got a story. The story is basically just based on the song titles. You just have to put your own little thoughts together on it. But I am actually kind of proud of it. So if you get the chance to check it out, I'd really appreciate that. But no pressure, though. I know you're here for the OSR stuff. That's the main thing. So yeah, that'll do for now. Thank you again, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Keep watching object shows. Keep finding new object shows. Keep making object shows. And I will see you whenever the next episode of OSR happens to come out. All right. Toodaloo.